I record automatically, no?
We're recording it, yeah. You can do whatever you want.
Yes.
Whatever you want. Then you can end the camera, yeah?
Yeah. Yisrael David Adonai miyagur b'alacha mishkan b'har kadshecha hilach tamim fel tzedek v'davar emes uvavai loy ragal al sheinai loy asel areyu ra v'cherpa loy nasa al krevai nivze be'inav nimas v'sira Adonai yichabed nishba al harav loy yamir kaspa loy nasa meneshach v'shechar al naki loy lakach Eisa Eila loy yimait lo'elam. We're here today to give our kavod achron, our final respects to Eliezer Libman Hakayin ben Shimon, husband of Elka, father of Shimon and Phillip Nelson, Rivka and Meir Breuer, grandfather of Devorah, Aaron, Rachel, and Yoel Nissim Nelson, Sholdov, Mordechai, Elio, and Levi Yosef Breuer. Before I share a few words with you, I'm going to read over here a message that Phil's son-in-law Meir sent. And I'll just read that and share that with you. I was asked to read it. And it says as follows. Same daily activity, different flavor. This morning when I watched the sunrise, my mind was in mourning and thoughts about Abba came to mind, which I would like to share. When one typically retires, they get to reap the benefits from their lifelong, hard life's work. Although Abba retired a few years ago, yesterday was a type of retirement where he can reap his true hard-working lifelong investment that he and Ma worked all their married lives. Now Abba's bright, shining soul can look down from above as he rests in peace, shepherding eternal nachas from his family as they continue to grow and carry on the mission of serving Hashem, both Ben Adam Lamakam and Ben Adam Lachaverei, here and in Israel. We will always miss you, Abba. Love, Meir. Pasuk says, Higalach Adam, ma toiv v'ma Hashem dorish mimcha ki im asais mishpat v'avas chesed v'hasnei lechesem elokecha. What is it that's good? And what is it Hashem seeks of you? Other than to asais mishpat, to do mishpat justice, to love chesed, and hasnei leches em elokecha, to walk modestly with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's a lot to be said about our friend Phil Nelson, Rabbi Eliezer Lippman HaKohen. Many qualities, but hasnei lechesem elokecha, walking modestly, is what really sums them all up. Ask anybody who knew him to describe him. You'll hear words like unassuming, modest, sincere, stiller hate, beautiful midas, refined, a mensch. Those qualities defined every area of his life, every area of the life that he lived, so that his life, that life that he lived, exemplifies the life of Hasnei Leches, that Hashem wants all of us to live. A life that after it is over, the neshama can come to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, can come to Hashem and say, I did what you sent me to do. Born in Chicago some 75 years ago, he worked on himself to be the firm young man when he married Elka just over 50 years ago. He was a pharmacist who loved helping people, so chesed, and did exactly that through his professional life, working for 43 years at the VA. Phil Nelson was a proud Kohen, a Kohen that he was proud of his kuna because he was an Eved Hashem. In every way, coming to shul to daven, to learn, to deal with people and treat people with sensitivity and humility. He even served as a chazan and Yom Naraim, I'm told, for a number of years at a shul in Milwaukee. He was a kavua, a steady member of my Daf HaShavua Shir on Shabbos. First to come, he was usually there before me, which is always a little bit embarrassing to me that somebody was there before me, but he was there. Always there and always participating. And he had that scientific knowledge that sometimes we needed in the shir, that, sometimes obscure things, and he was there to help us out. We were zocheh to finish several mesechtas together. And I say we were zocheh, was a schus for me to have him in my shir. And we found ourselves in the middle of Masechtas Eruvin when he got sick, and that's a mesechta he'll have to finish in Yeshiva Shamaylo. The beautiful half-century, 50 years, half-century, of the marriage between Phil and Elka brought two beautiful children into the world, who they provided with a stellar chinuch that doesn't only come from the schools and yeshivas you send them to, but the chinuch that comes from the home. And they in turn went on to get married and build beautiful Tordic families of their own. He was a devoted Zaidi to the grandchildren and loved spending time with them. I think pretty much the only time that he would miss my shir is when he went to spend time with family in New York. And he always told me in advance, I'm going to be missing from now till now, because he didn't want me to wonder where he was. I'm told that he would spend time with his grandchildren all kinds of ways that sometimes you look at his age, does he really do that? Does he really bake Pesach cakes with his grandchildren? But yeah, that's what he did. And does he learn with his grandchildren over the phone? Grandchildren in Eretz Yisrael, it's not so easy. But he would learn with them over the phone. And then came retirement, as we just heard. And I mentioned yesterday that I just recently heard someone talking about planning for retirement on a program on the radio. And they said, it's not so simple to plan for retirement. I'm not talking about the financial piece. Many people are afraid of retirement. What am I going to do with all that time? And they get nervous. This is my life is my work. What am I going to do? But the truth is that a Yid who has Torah has no problem retiring. And Mr. Nelson joined the retirees kollel of Rabbi Achiz's kollel under Rabbi Lauer, where he went every day to join others who were using their retirement without any concern about how to use it, using it to learn every day. He would come home with Rabbi Shapiro Zechron Vracha, still talk Shiva of his Levaya. It is this kind of life, a life of Atznei Leches Elokecha, of modesty, of humility, but always warm with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that results in the beautiful Torah-focused family that he leaves behind. His children and his grandchildren should continue to grow in his derech and make him proud. He should be a Melis Yosher for his wife Elka, who was so devoted to him for the past 50 years, and especially in this recent period when he was sick, never leaving his bedside. She made Melis Yosher for his children and grandchildren, for the whole mishpacha. Ramach Hashem Dima, Ramach Hashem Elokim Dima Me'al Kapanim. You can hear from Shimon now.
Just Tuesday night in Eretz Yisrael, I was zoiche to be by the Levaya by Rabbi Shapiro Zatzal. And it was as a kohen, of course, I had to stand outside. Little did I know that just a few days later, I would be standing inside. Hashem nasan, Hashem lokach, Yishem Hashem mevorach. Abba, I didn't see you for over 4.5 years. And the time came to make a visit, and we spoke about it. And last week was the first treatment. And I wanted to come in this week on Monday and you preferred me to come in next Monday, and Hashem decided we're coming in Thursday. Abba, as Rabbi Gross spoke out, I'm just going to add just a little bit. You're Adam kosher. Yadua Chazal, Chachamim teach us, Kol HaMoirid Demos, anybody who sheds tears, Al Adam kosher. HaKadosh Baruch Hu soifram, HaKadosh Baruch Hu counts the tears, Umanichon bebeis kenozov, and he places them in his hidden chambers and his storehouses, the hidden storehouses. You see from this Chazal, there's something very special. HaKadosh Baruch Hu soifram, HaKadosh Baruch Hu counts them. People like to count what they love, they like to count. We know what most people like counting. What does HaKadosh Baruch Hu count? HaKadosh Baruch Hu counts Klal Yisrael. Mitoch chibasa monam b'kol shah. He counts Klal Yisrael because he loves them. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if Adam kosher is nifter and a person sheds a tear, HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves these tears. He counts the tears. And he places them in Beis Kenozov. Beis Kenozov indicates something which is very special and unique. Chazal tell us that Shabbos, everybody knows the beautiful bracha of Shabbos, and Chazal say Shabbos, Matana Tov Yeshli Bebeis Kenozai. I have a beautiful matana I want to give to Klal Yisrael, same lashon, the same words, Bebeis Kenozai. And I was thinking, I had some time to think to myself over the last 24 hours. What's the explanation? What's the pshat that Hashem counts the tears of that shed over an Adam kosher and places them in the Beis Kenozim? Could be why are we here? Why are we here in this world? HaKadosh Baruch Hu put us in this world. Shahakol bar l'chvodo. Everything is. We should bring out the kavod Hashem in this world. Hashem, we created this for a purpose. Kol hanikar l'shmi l'chvodi. People can cry about a lot of things. Sometimes people have a pet, the pet dies, people cry. And sometimes when your team loses, people cry. When a person sheds a tear over Adam kosher, what do these tears represent? These tears represent that this person, this Adam kosher, this good person, this Torah-dik person, he brought out kavod shamayim in his unique way. Everybody has a different way of expressing and bringing out the kavod Hashem in this world. And those tears represent that kavod shamayim, that honor of heaven that a person brought out. And Hashem cherishes these precious tears. He counts them and puts them into this Beis Kenozov. Abba, as was mentioned, such a quiet, delicate, sensitive person. People sensed what kind of adin nefesh, what a sensitive person you were. They respected you and they loved you. Whether it was the people in Shul or even the people that you worked with when you worked out, Chicago and Heinz, the people, the non-Jewish workers who were there with you. Just the fact that you were just a walking Kiddush Hashem, just the way that you acted with them and interacted with them. I remember also they're also interested in your kosher food. You were a loyal pharmacist, you were a loyal worker, and a very knowledgeable one as well. Abba, you were quiet. I know, especially in the early times of your life, you had a lot of challenges. You didn't speak about it too much. Adam kosher, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Soifran, he counts the tears, Manichim the Beis Kenozov. Baruch Hashem, you were Zoiche, and Mami was Zoiche to have each other for so many years. Mami, such Eishes Chayil. You took care of Abba for everything, all of his needs, physically, emotionally, through thick and thin. And like Mami, We know that you got the foundation from Zaidi and Bobby. Zaidi, you learned how the life is all about being a giver and not being a taker. We see that from you day in and day out, and you gave everything. You gave for Abba. Abba, you worked very hard to support your family. Baruch Hashem, you was to a son and a daughter. Rivka to a longer year, and Ani Akotan. You worked very hard. I was young. I didn't appreciate it. You left the house so early to go to the bus and then to the train, so far away. North Chicago. I don't even know where that is. I don't know which way direction it is. And I remember there was even times they even took a job on Sunday to supplement the parnasa. Why? So you could pay the bills and give us a Torah education, good chinuch, good malamdim. That's Adam kosher. I'll be Adam kosher. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take our tears, and they were shedding, and count them umanichen bebeis kenazov. Rivka, even though you also moved away a little closer, thank you so much for taking care of Ma and Abba, hosting them so many times for Yontif and for different times. Abba, I need to tell you something. I'm the only son. I'm sure it wasn't easy for you. Like everyone else, I went for a year in Eretz Yisrael to yeshiva. But then I wanted to stay another year. We worked it out. Then I came back here for a few years. But I wanted to go back again. Again? Second trip. But you and I, you respected my wish. You knew that this is what I wanted. It wasn't easy. And then there was a shidduch in Eretz Yisrael. But when everybody saw the Yad Hashem, me Hashem yotza adover. You let me go in the way. And I appreciate that, and I know it wasn't so easy, and as the years go on, I realize how much it wasn't easy, not for you and not for me. You weren't even in Eretz Yisrael till I got engaged, 50 years old. Who 50 years old? This doesn't get to Eretz Yisrael. But you're such a adi nefesh, you're so delicate, so sensitive. It was hard for you to move, to go to the Middle East. Right? Everybody knows to Eretz Yisrael is Eretz HaKadosh, we learn about it. But to go there, it's not so simple. And he came for our engagement, and he was zoche to be the sandik, and my first son Aaron should be well at his bris. I know I could have done more. The distance, different variables. Most of my kids never even met you. But we have to go weiter. We have to go on. I know I could have done more. And I ask Mechila from you and Tibod L'chaim from Mami. It says, right when I was leaving the door last night, I saw the Sefer Pele Yoetz. I grabbed the Sefer Pele Yoetz when I was going out of the house. And he talks about Kibud Aveim. The Iker Kibud Aveim is Lachar. A person leaves this world. When a person's in this world, he can grow, like we spoke, like Rabbi Gross spoke. He can grow b'Torah, b'Tznei Aleches, but afterwards, that's it. He can't help himself anymore. Who can help? Brom, Zaka, Abba, the son, the children can give a benefit, can help out the nifter. Tzedakah, Torah, Chesed, making a Kiddush Hashem. So I'm thinking now, I thought to myself, Abba, I'm asking you for mechila, behalf of me and my wife and my family. We could have been better. We could have done more. But bli neder, we're going to try to do now the Iker Kibbut Aveim, like the Peliot says, and the person sitting next to me on the plane said it's a Zohar HaKodesh. Stuck Torah Chesed, and we're going to do it, make an effort to could go even more. Lamala. It's hard. I have to take the opportunity. I don't want to mention, to talk about individuals, I'm afraid I might forget somebody. But I feel in this occasion, I have to express some hakaras hatov. I haven't been in Chicago for so many years. Number one, I would like to express hakaras hatov to Buckingham Pavilion, to the Mishpacha Stern Mishpacha, Reb Moshe Zichron Levrocha and his Rebbetzin going back 40 years, and Yibod L'chaim Reb Sossi Stern and his Mishpacha, that we felt that was our place, that was our makom, that's the shul where I grew up, that's the shul where I was bar mitzvah and ufruf, and that's where I learned to daven, and I saw from my father to be a shliach tzibur and to be a gabbai, and also to help other people in shul, the residents. I even remember I led the Pesach Seder there for a few years. Thank you very much. Kila Sharei Tzedek, I would say the last 20 years or so. B'mordatzer Rav Gross Shlita and his mishpacha, and that family, I would call it a family, the Sharei Tzedek family. And I know that my father very much enjoyed davening there and enjoying the Daf HaShavui that I used to speak about him, what Daf he's learning, what Masechta he's learning. And he got a tremendous chiyas from that, a tremendous life from that. And like it was spoken Achron, perhaps, I don't want to say, but the Koilel Balabatim, the Center for Torah and Chesed, I learned from my Rabbeim that what's the Iker Chesed? The Iker Chesed you could do from someone is to learn Torah with them. That's the Iker Chesed. And that's such a Chesed that my father was able to, Abba, you're able to go there and learn. Bava Metzia, you learn Bava Metzia for years now. I'm jealous of you that you're able to learn Bava Metzia for so long. I wish I could learn Bava Metzia for so long. Baruch Hashem. And other shiurim. Like Rabbi Gross said, V'chai bahem. You saw that when he was learning, you saw the chiyas, you saw he was alive. Keim chayenu. I have to finish. Abba, I spoke to you the last time, on Sunday night, I think it was. And the last few months, you were so down, and I knew that you were suffering so much, and I was so much helped that you'd be able to get better and go back, Yachzor l'Talmud, you go back to Beis Medrash. And our last conversation this week, I said, Abba, how are you? How are you, Abba? And I heard in his voice say, like your late principal used to say, Baruch Hashem, Chasdei Hashem. You were suffering so much, but the Ashkocha had it that was your last words to me, that was your last conversation with me, because that was your neshama, that was your essence coming out amongst everything. Baruch Hashem, Chasdei Hashem. It's not easy, but Baruch Hashem, Chasdei Hashem. So even though I didn't see you for 4.5 years, last time we met was by Bar Mitzvah, by Marcus Bar Mitzvah. I remember having a wonderful Shabbos together by the Bar Mitzvah, and I even remember sitting with you in Shul, and even remember what daf I was talking to you in the Shul back then. I think it was Psachim Samachei. So the Hashgacha had it that I didn't see you in this in the situation that we're in the last few months. So I thank Hashem, if that was what it was, that I saw you when you were healthy, when you were strong, and you were learning. I remember that Shabbos, there was a shir in the shul there by Rabbi Lefkowitz's shul, and you're sitting there by the shir. As I mentioned before, b'shem, in my name, my family, in the name of the whole family, we ask Mechila from you. Mechila, please forgive us. Please forgive us. Oh, you're such a good Abba, such a good. Should be a Melitz Tov for Mom. Like we said before, they should be able to continue giving, because that's your chiyas. Your life source is to give. Like we saw from Zaidi and Bobby, Zichron Levrocha. Just to think about it, just Bobby and Zaidi. Should continue be able to give to the mishpacha and to others like you always do. Amelis Yosher for the children and the grandchildren. Bila Movis Lanetzach Omocha Hashem Lukim Dum Me'al Kol Ponim V'Nemonato Lachiyus Meisim B'Korov Bezer Hashem.
Goes on that side, her left side. Her left. No, right side. No, her left. Oh, on your left. Yeah, her left. Make the bracha. Okay, you go on the other side. Yeah. You go the opposite of her. No, just the outside.
Dayan Ho'emes.
don't know what bottom is. Okay, then I invite
Come on this side, but walk around this way. Not for the next week, but after that.
Zip yourself up. There's a blankets. There's the blankets. There's 10 more blankets. As many blankets as you want.
certain ones that were
cedar pit in, and then Kaddish and
Boys seem to love her. The boys actually seem to work with her, unlike my girls who don't do a thing. Sure. Oh, I'm sure. Like we did. Maybe a little less trouble there. Yes. Try to get our kids to do it. They won't do it. Really. That's where we were just noticed that. Doctor said I'm very yeah, it's fine. Relax a little and everything else like that. I'll be fine. Another week. Stop leaving your phone on the stairs.
Yeah, it's very clear. Probably watch it. I didn't think it's kind of
They video chat last night. They video chat now. They try to see each other. They're almost.
Stand up, stand, you must stand. She'll understand all languages.
Told him to do something again? Okay, good. Whatever you say. I'm not around. I just want some other people. Okay, throw it in.
I'm always not throwing you.
Yeah, let's say Kaddish for Mincha. Good Mincha is in 20 minutes.
Elvis Kadesh, Shmei Rabo, Balmodo Sidlis Kadoso, Lachayom Isayo, Lasok Lachayolmo, Lumibne Kartet Lushalem Lusachle Choleb Hechleb Gavo, Lumeka Bulchon Nuchromi Aro, Lasova Bulchon Dishmael Atzerev Yamlich Kutrubrichum Lachusi Kore. V'chaychon v'mechon v'chaychol beis Yisrael v'golov izman korivim ru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabo יתברך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיו. יספרח וישתבח ויספואר ויסרומם ויסנשא ויסהדור ויסהלל ויסהלול שמי דקודשו בריחו. לעילו מן כל ברכתו ושירותו וברכתו ונחמתו דמירון ועולמו ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבו מן שמעיו וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. ושלום ורממו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
El Mol Rachamim, Sheichein V'Amroimim, Hamtzei Menucha Nechaina, Kanfei Ashchina, B'Malois Kedoshim Etzoyrim, Kizoyer Ekiyam Azirim, Es Nishmas Eliezer Libman Ben Rav Shimon HaKoyen, Sheholach Lo'ilamoi, Bavur Shneidim Tzedakah, Ba'ad Haskaras Nishmasoi, B'Gan Eden Tei Menuchasoi, L'chein bal rachamim, yesterei b'seisur knafav lo'olamim, v'yitzor b'tzor achayim es nishmasoi, Adonai hu nachalasoi, v'yanuach hamishkavoi b'shaloi, v'naimar amen.
Shura outside over here, on the sidewalk. This concludes the Levaya here. We can have a shura right on the sidewalk leading that way, so we could have the friends and extended family form a shura leading away from the cemetery. The family was sitting Shiva at 2754 Fitch. The minyanim times are on our website and also times that they don't want people coming.